Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching WYTV. I'm Ahmed Abbas Olatunji, and this is another edition of News Review today. So if you're just joining the live, you're welcome to this show. I'm not in the building alone. I have with me.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am still my humble self, Theosi Adeshino.
All right, you're welcome to another edition. Today, a lot is going on in Nigeria presently, and that is the reason why we are here to review all the news that have made up the headlines of the newspapers of today. And you know I will do it. After reading out the headlines, we go on a short commercial break and come back to do justice to some of the news headlines. Let me start with Punch newspaper today. Unilag slashes fees after VC NANS meeting. Electricity consumers slam federal government over power grid collapses. NURTW president, 21 others arrested over alleged killing. Police arrest 288 robbers, 187 kidnappers, 198 murderers. IG. Police to probe Mohbads' death over alleged threat. On Vanguard newspaper, we need effective planning to develop Nigeria federal government. Sean Grievance, let's build Ogbomoso with peace. Sean. Presidency congratulates Rema on MTV award, says music resonates with audiences worldwide. Food prices continue to rise in July, MBS. Then on Tribune newspaper, I'm not president to give excuses, Tinubu. Federal government can stop funding public universities. It is unconstitutional. Also, federal government. Well, education remains bedrock of development in any society. Egbin CEO. Olajen Gbesi hails Falana's wife, Afe Babalola's daughter, for making sand shortlist. On the Nation's newspaper, Unilag reduces fee after NANS meeting. Body partners government, others on climate crisis. More economians as monarch greets Alake on 80th birthday. Then on Daily Trust and newspaper today, Emefiele, more heads may roll as investigators beam searchlight on CBN, NIRSAL. Federal government makes U-turn, says no time frame on resumption of Emirate flights. Protest as residents accuse Muslim man of sharing dog meat in Kaduna. These are the headlines that made up the newspapers of today. We are going on a short commercial break, and when we're back, we'll do justice to some of the headlines. Stay tuned and don't go nowhere.
For management of park.
Welcome to King Victor's Enterprise.
King Victor Nigeria Enterprises is a make I tell una say una wey dey sell provision, noodles, groundnut oil and other food items then.
Èmi ni Ìyálọ́jà Ìkẹ́nnẹ́, Mrs. Olúbùnmi Olúwọlé. King Victor is a nice son, because he's a son to me and he doesn't cheat.
King Victor Nigeria Enterprises are one of the major distributors Honeywell, Golden Penny, King's Oil, Gino àti bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ti ń bá wa dòwò pọ̀ látẹ̀yìnwá wọ́n kígbe sàdánkátà fáwọn nǹkan tí wọ́n ń jẹ lọ́dọ̀ wa.
Sunana Mrs. Kehinde Akiola Folake daga cikin Ogere Market. Nan ne shagon customer na. Ni ina zo in siya abu, yana siya abu daga hannun King Victor.
Come straight to King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. Gbogbo ẹni tó ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ òwò nǹkan jẹ títà, àǹfààní láti ṣí sílẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ wa o. Máa gbọ́jà kó o máa sanwó ẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀. As you dey order for your market, piam, our motor don deliver am for your shop and we no dey put extra money. Tara ṣàṣà báyìí kò bá wa dòwò pọ̀. Ní King Victor Nigeria Enterprises, a wà ní shop 2 Awolowo market Makunilu Ṣàgámù. Ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wa 081-379-09381. King Victor Nigeria Enterprises, fast and trusted.
Ọjà Odò Ògbólú la wà báyìí tá à ná lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. King Victor wọ́n máa ń supply mi lọ́jà dáadáa, ọjà wọn ò dẹ̀ kí n dín, ọjà wọn dẹ̀ wà òkè.
All right, you welcome back from that short commercial break, and you know the sponsor for this show is Nokpa Herbals and King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. As you've seen, if you want to get your foodstuffs, you can go to shop 2 Awolowo Market, Ṣàgámù, Ogun State, and Nokpa Herbals. It's the company that is producing Nokpa Herbal Bitters, Herbal Flusher, Herbal Tonic, and so many other products that is coming out of Wisdom Yard Nigeria Limited. You guys should try it, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Well, the first one we are going to be looking at today is about Unilag slashes fees after the VC NANS meeting. Now, after the whole meeting, the slash, I don't understand. What is the slash here? Because I get to know that they just removed 13,000 naira out of the fee.
I think it's going to make a difference. It's just that we are complaining about hard economy, but we people, we are the one making it hard for ourselves.
Okay, how?
Because the reason why I said so is that ever since President Bola Tinubu signed the student loan into bill, all these schools have been hiking tuition fee, which is not supposed to be. This thing is meant to relieve parents, to relieve them of the burden of paying tuition fee. But now schools, they are not saying there is hike in school fee, but now they had meetings now and they've slashed the school fee again.
This is not.
I don't understand.
This is not slashing. You know what I'm talking about here is if they want to reduce the fee, they should reduce it totally, because Unilag is a federal university, not a state. So you know, let me just read the body of the news so that you can understand what I'm trying to say here. Well, the management of the University of Lagos has announced the reduction of its fees after meeting with representatives of the National Association of Nigerian Students on Thursday. A statement made available to Punch on Friday morning revealed that the university held a meeting with the executives of the NANS and other faculty members on Thursday evening. The statement read, authorities of the University of Lagos, led by Vice Chancellor Professor Folashade Ogunshola, on Thursday, September 14, 2023, had a meeting with the President of the National Association of Nigerian Students, Comrade Usman Umar Barambo, accompanied by top officers of the association and Unilag faculty leaders drawn from 9 faculties of the university and College of Medicine. The statement also revealed that at the commencement of the meeting, Barambo highlighted the demands put forth by the students. The demands include reversal of obligatory fees, reversal of hostel fees, and reinstatement of student union government in Unilag. However, Ogunshola stressed that the aim of the university was to deliver quality education to its students regardless of class, tribe, or creed. After careful evaluations of the issues raised by the students and management, the following consensus was reached at the meeting. Utility charges for all categories of students was reduced to 15,000 naira from 20,000 naira. You see what I'm talking about? I'm just starting though. From 20,000 naira, they reduced it to 15,000 naira. What is now the reduction there?
5,000 naira difference.
What is the difference? No, you see, if you want to do something, do it accordingly. Me, I see all these Nigerian Student Association, this NANS, I see them as a body that is not capable in doing the job they have been given to do. Because Aluta, Continua, Victoria, Asata, that is what is supposed to be on their mind. Not this, our youth, they are the one engaging in all this kind of thing again. Because we are complaining about the leaders. Now the youth have started their own too, trying to collect bribe.
Just like I said it last week, that everything has been corrupted in this country. There is nothing that is not corrupt in this country.
Well, the obligatory fees for new undergraduate students was reviewed from 126,325 naira to 116,325 naira. What's the difference, please? For courses without lab studio and without lab and studio, 176,325 naira to 166,325 naira, still the same thing. Well, the obligatory fees for returning undergraduate students was reviewed from 100,750 naira to 80,750 naira, just reduction of 20,000 naira. Hey, What is the reduction here? I need to know the reason why all this fee goes high to this extent. Because I get to know that people rush to federal university, federal schools, because of the reduction in their school fee.
Yeah.
So why is it that now it is the federal school that is now pursuing people back to state universities and...
That's why we need federal government to look into it. Because these people too, that they reduce it by reducing 5,000, 10,000 naira, is because they see that they probably don't have means of surviving, or federal government is not giving them what they need, and they feel like putting the burden or the students will make it relief on them.
But do you actually know that we have a lot of students out there that doesn't have any sponsor? They work for themselves and they are the one paying their fees themselves. So how do you think they can go about it? Because as a student that is striving just to be educated and working at the same time, you know, just to get money for school fee and other things that is meant to be you know, used in the school, such as textbooks and handouts and all. So what do you think this kind of student can do? You know, everything is budget. You know, you need to have budget for anything you want to do. Now we are going to experience a lot of dropouts this session.
Exactly. To
be sincere, I mean, I don't see any reduction in this fee to me. Well, from 100 courses with lab studio from 190,250 naira to 170,250 naira for medical pharmacy students and students in health profession. I think the deduction is just from 10,000, 20,000, 5,000. You understand? That is how they deduct these fees, which is not supposed to be like that. At least from this 190,000, they should have tried and bring it back to like 150K. You understand what I'm trying to say? At least it will relieve them a little bit. Not this just chicken chain that they remove and they feel the students. I know this fee will still not be you know, appreciated by the student because they are still going to protest. And I will tell of the greatest Nigerian student, of the greatest Gbogbo, greatest Gbagba, Victoria Luther Continua, Victoria Asata, because if we continue to look at this issue like this, that is how, when my own child will want to go to school, I will not be paying 500,000 naira for just a session, which is not a private university. So tell me the difference between private, federal and state.
That is why the right body needs to address this case, because if it should continue like this, there will be a lot of students that will withdraw from school.
But do you actually know that
they will be able to cope with the tuition fee?
This fee, this hike in fee, school fee, is comes from the top.
That's why I said we still need to address it. Like the federal government still need to address it. There are some people formulating all this policy, and there will still be some other body that will be able to regulate it, that okay, this thing shouldn't be like this.
But there's no way to address this issue than for the students to go back on their protest so as to do the normal thing on this school fee price, because I don't see the reason why you will go at the end of the day after finishing from school, you will still not get a job to do. So what's now the essence of the hike in price fee? Well, let's move on to the next one, talking about the trending news about a Nigerian singer that gave up the ghost, Mohbad, some few days back, and everybody has been talking that we have been receiving different rumors about the death of Mohbad. But then, pleased to probe Mohbad's death over alleged threats. You know, there was a video trending yesterday that one social media influencer, what was his name? Sam Larry. They said he has hand in the death of Mohbad, that he has been threatening to kill Mohbad even when he was alive. We saw a video of... the
video has been going viral on the internet now.
Yes, we saw a video of Zlatan trying to, you know, protect Mohbad when Sam Larry came to a video shoot location to attack Mohbad. And thank God that Zlatan could stood up and, you know, guide Mohbad from being hit by Sam Larry. Well, according to the news, the Nigerian police force has announced that it will carry out diligent investigation into the circumstances leading to the death of singer Ilerioluwa Aloba, aka Mohbad. This followed the emergence of his document on Twitter, which is X, wherein the late singer reported a case of alleged threat of life, malicious damage, assault, oppression, among others, against the music promoter Samson Balogun, aka Sam Larry, and others in a petition to force Criminal Investigation Department Annex, Alagbon, Lagos State. In the June 2023 petition, Mohbad alleged that Sam Larry and 15 others, all armed, stormed the venue of a video shoot where he and another artist, Omoniyi Temidayo, aka Zlatan Ibile, were working and threatened to wreak havoc. He added that they eventually destroyed equipment worth over 5 million naira at the scene and assaulted him before he narrowly assaulted. Now, you see, what I'm trying to say about this is, when Mohbad, when he was alive, all these things that we are seeing, it is not open to everybody. So I was surprised that what kind of thing is this? Why isn't that Mohbad did not upload all these things for people to, you know, talk about it, and maybe before then they will have settled this case. But Mohbad was wise, although, you know, he was the one doing all these things himself, and just have only one friend with him, which is Belash Mother. Even as we speak, the family of Belash Mother are still talking about him drinking since the announcement of death of his friend Mohbad.
Talking about this Sam Larry, like, I can't say because, but according to what we saw on the internet, that man has explanation to give also, because it has gone viral on the internet how he has been threatening Mohbad and everything, and ever since the fans of Mohbad has been disturbing his DM, sending different kind of messages to him, he deactivated his social accounts. According to the information I gathered online. Well,
he added that they eventually destroyed equipment worth over 5 million naira at the scene and assaulted him before he narrowly assaulted. The petition read, I, of the above name and address, a law-abiding citizen and a musician, bring to your notice the assault and threat to my life by the above-mentioned persons. On 25th June 2023, while having a video shoot with another artist by name Zlatan Ibile, the above-mentioned persons, numbering about 15, led by Sam Larry Elegushi, invaded the premises with dangerous arms such as guns, cutlass, etc., where I was shooting video, and scattered the whole process of the shooting, damaged the equipment I was using for the shooting, valued about 5 million naira, and started threatening my life. In the process, they became violent and assaulted me. I sustained injuries but narrowly escaped. Attached to this petition are the said pictures. Total amount I paid for the shooting they have destroyed is 8 million naira, which is non-refundable. So Mohbad has been going through a lot even before his death, and you know, we've been getting different views on the death of Mohbad. So people said the family are not supposed to you know, bury him instantly. That at least autopsy, yes, at least they should try and do an autopsy on his death. But then, you know, the police have now come to our aid now that they are going to do, you know, there has been a lot of speculations that it was being poisoned. They used juju for him. It is their infection. That is why the police, they said they need to probe it. Like, they need to make a thorough investigation, because this is not, according to the fans, it is not ordinary. They believe it is not ordinary. But that's Africa for you. There are some people's hand in it, in the death of Mohbad. You know that there was a video going viral online too, talking about one girl on TikTok. She was on live video and talking about when Mohbad was being rushed to their hospital, that she was one of the nurses that attended to Mohbad before he died. They gave Mohbad one injection, and that injection actually led to his death. So people were actually talking about these nurses too, that maybe Sam Larry had, you know, connection with these nurses, that it was the one that said they should inject Mohbad. So a lot of controversies have been going on this death. We can't just assume that this is what happened, or this is what led to Mohbad's death. That is why we need our policemen to thoroughly investigate this issue. But I need to say something to you. I think the whole Nigeria, we should be, I need Nigerians to, you know, you can drop comment about this. What can you say about the family of Mohbad that doesn't even stay for, like, at least Mohbad is a Christian, he was not a Muslim. You know, Muslims bury their corpse second day, you know, even the same day of the death. But then they didn't even allow anybody to touch him. We didn't see anything like it. You understand? They just buried him second day. Well, I don't know. I can't say what really happened, why they did that, but I would say it might be according to their family rights, the tradition of their family. That was why they had to bury him instantly. Mohbad is just he's not just an ordinary person. He's a celebrity. Are you getting? And he had a lot of fans. Being celebrity or being a famous person doesn't matter when it comes to tradition now. Like traditions or
right.
I don't see any tradition. I don't see any traditional right in this because it is just too early for the burial of that young artist because they need to know the reason for his death. Even if you watch where he was being buried, the pastor that came there, I don't know, maybe a cleric or something, was shouting on the wife of Mohbad to drop sand on his coffin. And I don't know the reason why they are trying to.
Let me just say it's because they already knew this thing is going to happen to Mohbad because he has been creating awareness before his death. That some people called his father, they threatened his mother over the phone. So he has already created the awareness for the whole Nigerians to see that if anything should happen to him, these people should be held responsible for it.
Well, in the comment section, talking about this Mohbad, they say Sam Larry don't go Kenya. How is that possible in a country that have laws? They said the police department failed Mohbad because he reported and nothing was done. Those police reported above the law. Well, they buried him too early, I beg. Yeah, that's what we are saying. They buried Mohbad too early because a lot of investigations are supposed to be done on his death before they bury him.
But we shouldn't be surprised. They later say they want to exhume the body. So that they can conduct the
I think they should do that because to be sincere, even me particularly, I was pained on Mohbad's death because he's just a young street artist that is trying to make it out there, 27 years old for that matter. So I think that is that on Mohbad case. Let's move on to the next one we are going to be talking about today. It's Emefiele. Anytime you hear Emefiele, you know that something is fishy. All right, more Mero as investigators beam searchlight on CBN and NIRSAL. The special investigator appointed by President Bola Tinubu and his support team are set to commence squeezing officials involving in alleged sharp practices at the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, and related entities following the sacking and subsequent arrest of Godwin Emefiele. Tinubu appointed Jim Obazi as a special investigator to probe the activities of the CBN and other related entities. In a letter dated July 28, Tinubu said the appointment of Obazi, relying on the fundamental objective outlined in Section 15(5) of the Nigerian Constitution, was in furtherance of his administration's anti-corruption fight. It was reported that the Inspector General of Police had on September 6 deployed a 4-man team of senior officers to support the special investigator to probe the activities of the Apex Bank and related entities. Development was in response to a letter by Obazi dated August 18 requesting the IGP to deploy senior officers to his office to facilitate the smooth takeoff and execution of this assignment. Now, what is going on here is actually funny. Yeah. I don't know the reason why. After the announcement of Emefiele's, being suspended in office, why is it that the old police officers, the old police custody were happy, even the DSS? They were happy that, okay, they were not dragging him, that we are the one to arrest him. We are the one to arrest. Whereas the president has already appointed a special investigator on this case. So I don't know the reason why we are just being corrupted in Nigeria. I don't know when this corruption is going to, because people that is meant to be protecting us, to be guiding us, to be, they are the one, abiding the laws. I don't know the reason why not abiding the laws, rather, because looking at this case now, President Tinubu knows what he's doing for appointing someone that is a special investigator, because he knows that they are just going to do everything boom, 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 and they'll just bring out a result that they are still on it, they are still investigating. Even with the fact that there was a special investigator, the case is still in court. Emefiele has not been arraigned still. I don't know the reason why it's just like that. The man that put the whole of Nigerians in trauma in the early quarter of this year. I was about to say,
the happiness is not meant for the policemen alone. Like, all Nigerians were happy that he has been detained in the custody, because during his time, like, he really tormented the life of Nigerians. They suffered. And that was why many people gave him different names, like Eleme, Mere, everything. They even gave him a meaning in the dictionary that when you hear Emefiele, they should know that that is trouble. Like, you can't have peace. So, and for this, according to this headliner, that more heads also are going to...
I'm telling you, before you know, I know that at the end of this case, a lot of politicians, a lot of federal officials, they will be in this case, and I pray that they all go to prison. To be sincere, I just want them to go to prison, because if you
Let me just say that he's not the only one that made that decision then.
That was why he was smiling in court.
But now he's the only one suffering for it.
He's not suffering. I didn't see this as suffering. Someone that was being arraigned in court and coming out of the court, DSS and police officers, they are fighting on him that
but
he's going to be in our own prison.
He's not in his home, like he's not in his comfort zone of his room.
Who told you
that?
So
you can't compare it to where he is now. He's in the custody of DSS.
You don't understand. You don't understand this country. You see that prison is different from prison. We have VIP prison. We have VVIP. He may even be doing all these day-to-day activities.
If you see,
this is Nigeria.
If you see the man's picture now, like the recent picture of him, like he has turned to something else. He's unlike before when he was the governor of CBN.
He turned to something else because they have been dragging him up and down. It's not because he was in the prison. He's eating now. He's eating good food. He's staying in an air-conditioner prison. So what are you telling me? Well, in response, the IGP, in a letter titled Deployment of Police Personnel with reference number TH5361FSFHQ Abuja T5428, listed the deployed officers as DCP Eloho Edwin Okpoziakpo, CSP Celestine Odor, CSP Shegun Aderoju, and DSP Tijani A. Bako. It was gathered that preliminary findings based on developed intelligence by the investigation team led by DCP Eloho are already causing sleepless nights to the top management at the CBN and 99RSAL. You know, I know something is going to come out of this, and I'm praying that it come out on time, because Emefiele must not be free without facing...
It is a special case. So that's why the President Tinubu needs to appoint special investigators.
Well, before we talk about this last one, the last headline today, it's a very funny headline that I want you guys to be calm to listen to this. But then in the comment section, they said the police department failed Mohbad. Okay, I think we've read that. They buried him too early. Well done from Ojuore, Ota, Ogun State. Thank you so much, Prince Salaudeen Oyeshiji. Then make them shall not appoint rubbish for us again. We pray. Then Banjo Princess says, I will still keep saying we didn't get justice on Emefiele's case. Well, Emefiele's case is still in court. They are not done with it. It's still investigating different, because a lot of people are going to the prison.
Even
with
his lawyers
Emefiele.
are not having say at all.
Yes. Well, the last but not the least for today on this review is protest as resident accuses Muslim man of sharing dog meat in Kaduna. But to be sincere, what is this man thinking of? Because although Kaduna is not really a Muslim state, we have a lot of Christians. Christians that are in northern part of Nigeria are mostly in Kaduna state. So I think, and Christians eat dog, yes or no? I think some Christians eat dog. So I don't know the reason why it is not a problem in Kaduna for a man to be sharing dog meat. But why is he sharing?
Even if you should kill a dog in your house, must you share it? Like, it is not during festive period.
He's trying to celebrate.
Celebrate what?
Well,
like dog.
There was a protest in Nasarawa community of Kaduna State when a Muslim man was accused of slaughtering a dog and sharing the meat among his sect members in the state. The incident, which occurred on Tuesday, led to a protest where residents, particularly youth, attacked the man's house and Islamic school. The residents were angry that what the man did was against the teachings of Islam. But Ismail Abubakar Rijana, who spoke on behalf of the sect, said eating dogs was not prohibited in the Quran. Hey, really? I want the man to do...
So what is not prohibited in the Quran? So I see no reason why...
Do you know what the Quran says about eating dogs?
I don't know what the
Quran actually says some food that we are not supposed to eat in Islam. Are you getting it now? So it is not meant for you to understand the Quran before you come out and start saying...
But what this man is trying to say is that it's not about, like... not eating dog is not about religion. You should not be using religion that it is against eating dog. It is about self-belief.
Self-belief or no self-belief, Dog
Okay.
is prohibited in Islam. It is clear to everybody. Are you getting it now?
Okay.
Dog,
So
pork
where did he
meat.
not say his own in the Quran?
That is what I'm saying. You know, we understand, we assimilate in different ways.
Right.
Maybe he doesn't understand what the Quran is talking about in that verse or in that page.
I think
in
we
Quran.
need imam that's going to address this too.
This is not the
Just
matter
to
of address.
clarify
It has been like that since the time that we are not even born to this world. That in the Quran, it is stated that dog meat and pork meat is not meant for the Muslims.
But this man is not saying contradictory statement.
That
What the Quran says.
And you know, a lot of people can read Quran now, but they may not understand it. You understand? Because Arabic is a language that we learn. It's not our language in Nigeria. It's just like the language that is being brought to Nigeria for us to learn. It's our L2, you know, just like English language. In the Southwest here, we study English language. But that is why they don't like, education is somehow low. People that have interest in education, they are low in northern part of Nigeria. And what they read most is Quran, because they believe in Islam. Are you getting it now? So that is the reason why the protest is going on. But this man, Ismail Abubakar Rijana, saying eating dogs was not prohibited in the Quran. I don't know where he has seen his own this thing that he's saying. But then I think he should go back to the Quran and study very well. He said, "We are Muslims and followers of the Quran only. We believe in the Quran as a religious book, but the way we practice Islamic religion is different from how others practice it. Nigeria's constitution gives us the right to practice our belief. So, based on our knowledge on the Quran, no verse prohibits the eating of dogs, but we are ready to change and seek God's forgiveness if we are convinced with verses in the Quran that we are wrong," he said. Can you imagine? Can you see that even this man is contradicting himself? He said they are going to ask for forgiveness from God. But I don't understand. Well, some of the residents confirmed that dog meat was used to prepare soup, which was shared among the students of the school. So,
the is not poisonous. Like,
can you imagine?
If you should eat it, like
wait, even you as a Christian, do you eat dogs?
I don't eat dogs.
So what are you now saying?
I'm not saying, like, it's about what you want. It's about self-belief. If you say, okay, this thing, you don't like it, your mind will be against it. And also, people will be thinking it's because of your religion, but it's about self-belief.
But I think this case is more than dog meat. Because for someone to just wake up and say, okay, it is dog meat I want to use to do pepper soup for people to eat, you don't understand. We have a lot of meat that you can use to do pepper soup now. Which one is not dog meat? Well, Adam Mohammed, councillor of the area, also confirmed the incident, but said the community had become calm as security personnel were deployed to maintain law and order in the community. Protest as residents accuse Muslim man of sharing dog meat in Kaduna. Well, this case is actually funny, to be sincere. Someone said, Muslim man sharing dog meat. Are they sure he is Muslim himself? Because I told you, everybody knows this, that pork meat, which is a pig, and dog is not a good meat for the Muslims. Muslims don't eat it at all in Islam. You understand? So,
I know, but according to what he said, that is also in the Holy Quran that there is nothing against eating
in his
dog.
own Quran, right? Because he said it here now that he has to. I want to ask forgiveness from God. Maybe he has done something that is bad, because even himself is not sure of himself that it is written there. So Banjo says the man gets his own separate Quran. Can you imagine? Well, this is where we are going to be ending it on this news review. And don't forget that the sponsor for this show is Nokpa Abbas and King Victor Nigerian Enterprises. Join us again on another edition of News Review. That will be next week, because today is Friday. Thank God it's Friday, and enjoy your weekend as we say bye.